The band is Modern Fools, and we got a couple of the guys from the band here with us. Welcome, gentlemen. If you could each introduce yourselves and tell us who you are and what you do in the band.
Hello, I'm Josh Blair. I play guitar and sing, and yeah.
All right, very good. Welcome, Josh. And you, sir?
I'm John Brott. I also play guitar and sing, but not as much singing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Very good, very good. So, and Josh, so I interviewed you. We were talking off air back in, 2011. Is that right?
2011, yeah.
You were in a band called the Ghost Dinner Band.
That's right, yeah.
And, wow, yeah. So, and you mentioned too, so you actually went back and listened to that?
I did, yeah. I found the archives. I was listening back. It was funny.
Yeah. I remember the Ghost Dinner Band, and whatever ended up happening to that?
We had a good run of it, and things just kind of fizzled out. You know, we were like a high school sweetheart band. You know, we've been playing together since high school.
Yeah.
We all just kind of went our separate ways, but everybody's still playing in different bands, and for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And that song that we just played, so is that the current single that On My Mind featuring Rachel Sumner?
Yep, that's it. And Rachel Sumner is an incredible songwriter from Boston area. She's just amazing.
Yeah, she had a giant TikTok moment last year.
Really?
With a song called Radium Girls, right?
Yeah.
It went really viral. It's a great song. You should check it out.
Oh, I will, yeah. I thought her name was familiar. Maybe that's why I know it, yeah. How did you guys get connected with her to do this track?
So we knew her, acquaintances and friends in the scene. And when writing this song, we just knew that it needed a female voice.
Yeah.
Kind of do that duet classic thing. And she came to mind. So we reached out and she was into it. And yeah, she just nailed it. We sent her the tracks and she kind of sent like, hey, is this what you're looking for? And we were like, absolutely, like just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Yeah, I like that song a lot. It's got kind of a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a swing to it, but yeah, very cool. Now the album, I guess, are you calling it an EP? It's 7 tracks. It's kind of in that, right? It's 7?
It's 7. So yeah, it's an EP, but it's like, it's somewhere in between, really.
It's in that weird gray zone between EP and album.
Sure.
And is that already out or is that coming out soon?
It's coming out on the 17th next week, yeah.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So this is like a world premiere.
World premiere, right here.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. And it makes sense for that to be, because of Rachel, it makes sense that would be the first single. But you guys have released other things before this, right?
Yep. Yes, this is our 3rd album. And this is actually the 3rd single from the album. So we've dropped a few singles. We've been trickling them out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's something that comes up a lot on the show is, we live in a time where you can use all these different strategies in terms of how you release things. And I've noticed that, because I'm old enough to remember that, every band would release an album. The first single would go to radio maybe 6 to 8 weeks before the album,
right?
And then the album comes out and then the second single and then the third single and so forth. But now, because of the internet and the way things have changed over the years, there's so many different things you can do. You can release an EP, you can release an album, you can release a series of singles that eventually become an album. You can, release, a few singles ahead of an EP. What decisions, why did you guys decide to use the strategy that you're using for this release? Or did it just, and there may not be a reason, it may just feel organically right to do it this way, but
I mean, we're guessing at what works.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of like strategic, how you do all this stuff. But also like albums and collections of songs aren't really something that gets a lot of shine these days. There's a lot of singles and stuff like that. And like, there's a real reason to do that, but there's a level of, we like to get together and work on 6, 7, 8 songs in the studio at a time. So,
right. Well,
yeah,
it is sad because, albums as a whole aren't being consumed as they used to be. People still do listen to them. But it is a single, culture for that matter. But yeah, I mean, we follow the waterfall release is what they call it, where you're kind of tickling the algorithm before the album comes out. So.
Yep, absolutely. By the way, we have received an instant message from Deb Blair. Says Josh's mom, listening live from Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, hello, Mom.
There we go.
So very nice.
Nice.
Where did you guys record? Where do you record it? Because everything sounds fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, we have a kind of a home studio in Peterborough, New Hampshire, and it's where we rehearse, and it's kind of like our project studio, and do everything there. Yeah,
that's another thing that's kind of changed over the years. Is we live in a time where there's so many different options for how to record, and you can, obviously there's a lot of great studios around, but you can also do most of it at home or all of it at home, and you can email tracks back and forth if you want to. There's so many ways to do it, and you can actually produce something that sounds like it was recorded in $1 million studio.
Totally,
yeah.
I'm always reminded that first Billie Eilish album, I think, was recorded fully in her bedroom with her brother.
Yeah.
And I'm not a pop guy, but that's impressive that you can do that and then blow up like that.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. How do you guys describe your sound? I was looking at the website and I saw some pretty interesting verbiage. But somebody, who was it? Somebody recently, because the name Modern Fools has come up on the show more than once. There's a lot of other artists in the area who are big fans of you guys, and somebody described you as cosmic country.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we've been rolling with lately, and I know that gets a lot of ties to Daniel Donato, who's a younger artist now who has put it in his name, but it really goes back to like Graham Parsons is really the founder, I would say, the godfather of cosmic country, which is sort of just a blend of country rock, which is he's responsible for that.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't sound like what you hear on the radio.
Sure. Yeah, it's not Bud Light country. We're more of a Miller High Life country.
I had not heard that term.
Here we go.
To describe modern country. I've heard the term bro country.
Yeah, right. That works too.
I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
Well, we've been working on figuring out, like, I think that beer is just a good description for country in general.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different varieties of country, obviously.
Corona country.
Yeah, Corona country. That'd be more like the Jimmy Buffett era of country.
Don't get me wrong. I still like Corona country sometimes. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, just whatever you're drinking is kind of defines you in the country realm. So.
Well, so we live with, or he lives with us, really. DJ Reckless. I don't know if you guys know DJ Reckless, but he works at 96.5.
Sure.
What was it now? Live Free Country. Yeah,
yes.
Live Free Country. I keep wanting to still call it the Mill, even though it hasn't been that in at least a year. But I'll turn that station on, and some of what I hear, it doesn't even sound like it's country. It's got just enough twang in it to be country. Some of the modern stuff, but some of it like just barely enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's basically just pop music, right? And then
some of it, yeah,
they got a banjo in the back and like a pedal steel, and then
the Nashville thing is really been homogenized at this point, and it's not bad. Those guys are incredibly talented players, but you go to Nashville to make a certain type of music, and it comes out being in that vein, and it's not the same kind of classic country that we're turned on to. It's definitely a derivative of that thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's merit in anything you're making. For us, when we think of country, we're thinking, Christofferson, Cash, Parton, Graham Parsons, the Flying Burrito Brothers. Yeah, I could probably name them for longer than I should. And we go back to an era where it really feels like it was an outsider art form.
Yeah. Interesting. What about, are there any modern country artists who you guys kind of relate to?
A bunch.
Yeah. Are there?
I would say that right now is probably like the healthiest time for what I'm going to coin as good country.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. But yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of just bands that are like, like Charlie Crockett, maybe being like one of the bigger artists right now, but that's, like going back to that roots stuff. And it's, it's very much not Bud Light driven.
I still love that. That's funny. The name that comes up really consistently on the show is Chris Stapleton. Like, especially with the, not just with bands, but singer-songwriters. This guy's coming in with just an acoustic guitar. Like Chris Stapleton's name comes up all the time.
Definitely. He's doing it right for sure.
I think he's one of those few guys that's still like keeping that whole art form pure. it's cool to see a guy that's doing that still maintaining that level of popularity too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's he's a hell of a songwriter, I think.
Incredible.
And a great voice. And as far as Nashville goes too, I feel like I always say this from a production standpoint, Nashville really has it down. Like, I think that just sonically in terms of production, like I'm really picky about drums when I listen to a song. And I think, the drum sounds coming out of those Nashville studios I think sound absolutely perfect.
Sure.
And I think a lot of things, a lot of, I listen to a lot of metal, but a lot of modern metal, something went wrong where like the guitars don't sound right to me. They sound small, if that makes sense. Whereas when I was growing up, metal sounded, the guitars sounded nice and crunchy. So I have complaints about how modern metal is produced and I can, I have a little bit of an audio engineering background, so I can pick apart a lot of things. But when I listen to anything coming out of Nashville, it's like, just from a production standpoint, whether I like the song or not, just from an audio production standpoint, it's like, wow, like they've got it. That's.
Well, have you ever been down Music Row in Nashville?
I have not. I've never been to Nashville.
So, given it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, now, but my wife and I were down there and we're walking through and we're seeing like Big Machine and all the giant labels. And I had that same thought, but like I'm a music nerd, right?
Yeah.
And how could you not be being, our age still releasing singles to but like for us, like that emanates from like the late 60s and the 70s, when you had guys like Bob Dylan going in to record with what's his name, Billy the Nashville producer. I'm not gonna. But you know who I'm talking about. So he went in there, and then Neil Young goes in there 10 years later, and the sound, like, it's the Nashville thing. They went there to record and lay down those kind of tracks. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys everything that you've recorded, have you done it the same way in terms of how you produce it?
No.
Yeah, we changed it up. This record we did like almost exclusively live. So it's a very live. And this
cool.
This record was kind of like a concept album to some regards anyway, with moving into the honky tonk realm. That's not really what we typically do. There's always kind of a tinge of country in there, but this is like full on country. And the whole thing actually stemmed from on the album cover, there's a sign that says clearly country, which I found at a yard sale.
Oh, no kidding.
And I had seen it in the daytime and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I had to go buy it. So I went back and bought it, and I didn't really know why at the time, but it sort of sparked this inspiration. It was like, that's an album cover. And
Yep.
For a honky tonk record. So
yeah,
it's great.
It's very cool. It's very cool. Has the lineup been the same over the course of the band, or has that changed at all?
So it's actually changed. So the band formed originally in 2014.
Okay.
I was the only original member from that lineup. We kind of fizzled out in probably 2016 or 17. We never actually did a record. We did a bunch of local shows and played around.
Okay.
Well, and by fizzled out, that was about when I joined the band and we became a different band entirely.
Sure.
Called The Flood. And I don't know if you know ADM or Adam and the Flood.
Yes.
But we used to play in his band and did a little moving with him. And then COVID happened.
Yeah, pandemic time we just kind of like got it all together and started recording. And
so he was traveling all throughout the U.S. writing songs and sending us demos back here. Some of our favorite came from your time in Joshua Tree in California. And then Justin and I, the drummer, would get these demos and we were kind of poring over them. These are great.
Yeah.
So our first album was largely recorded distance.
Okay.
Not all while you were on the road, but because of COVID, like none of us knew what was going on. We weren't getting together.
Yeah.
So we were sending tracks left and right. And that first album, Sear, we did probably about 90% separated from each other.
For sure, yeah.
Was it hard doing it that way, or because one of the things, the pandemic comes up a lot on the show because it's a very, very common tale. We were doing this, we were doing that, we had all these plans, and then the plague. But and as awful as it was, I always say we have to find these silver linings where we can, and I feel like one of the few silver linings of it was it kind of forced people to be creative in ways that maybe they hadn't previously considered, and getting comfortable with things like sending tracks back and forth and doing all that.
Sure.
So I think for us, we, in various iterations, right? New Hampshire is a small state, right? And we're a small music scene. Josh and I have known each other 20 some odd years now. We started playing music together about 10 years ago in real capacity, but our stories are very intertwined. And so there was a level of, we've played with these guys, all of them, for a minimum of 5-6 years at that point, or various ins and outs.
Yeah.
How do we take that relationship and how do we do it in a different sort of way? So it probably would have been a lot harder to try to get the whole thing going like fresh.
Yeah.
But you got a bunch of guys that are going to eat nachos with each other any day. Anyway,
right.
What difference is it if you're sending texts and everything?
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. We should let's play another track. What do you guys? I'll let you all pick. I listen to the, obviously I listen to the ones you suggested, but I also listen to the rest of the album too, or the EP. The whole thing is great. I love it. But whatever you want to go with next.
Let's do something we haven't released yet. My side.
My side?
Oh, I like that
this will be like a world premiere right here.
Yeah.
We like the, I don't know if you know this, we really like the world radio premieres here.
This one goes out to all the steel guitar fans out there.
Yes, yes.
And to all the ex-wives.
You guys ever play with, you must know them, Regals?
Yeah. We haven't played with them, but we've been chatting with them and talking about doing some shows.
Yeah, familiar.
Really,
we would love to have them out to Keene and come out to Manchester to do a show.
Oh yeah,
swap with them.
They're fantastic. Actually, I think they mentioned you guys, because I think they're one of the bands we had on that mentioned you, because like I said, the name Modern Fools has come up a few times, but when you mentioned steel guitar, it made me think of that.
Love it.
Yeah, those guys, they came and played live, just two of them, and it was amazing. But let's give this a spin. So this is, yes, the world radio premiere. This is My Side, and the band is Modern Fools.
This house is empty and cold like the snow. Outside my window and inside your soul. There's no food in the kitchen, my clothes
That Is My Side. The band is Modern Fools, and we have two of the guys here. Do we have 50? Is it a 4-piece or a 5-piece?
It's a fluctuating 5-piece.
Okay. We weren't sure because your bio says foursome on the website, but then there's a picture on Facebook with 5 people.
Right. We can do shows with 4. We like to do them with as many people as possible.
Gotcha.
Yep.
We have a keyboard player that he's there sometimes, he's there not.
Okay. So. I suspected it might be something like that because obviously the style of music that you do, the vibe and everything, you've got that flexibility. You can kind of do that. I've always been a little envious of that, actually. I used to play. I don't play anymore. I used to play in a bunch of bands, but I was never in a project where we had that kind of thing where, you could vary it and still make it work no matter what, and bring guest musicians on stage. And
yeah, that's really the thing. We got. I mean, you don't say the 4 core because Nikki's 5, right. But 4 of us can pull it off. We got steel players we can bring in. We have a great time. A couple auxiliary vocalists, and this is fun thing to do.
Yeah. No, it's cool to be able to do it that way. Are you guys playing out a lot? Are you doing a lot of shows?
Yeah, we're this is actually probably a good time to plug our next week on the release date. The 17th, we're also doing a release show at the Bank of NH stage in Concord.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's with Slim Volume, as you know.
Oh, yes. They were on with us last week and they were talking about that.
They're amazing. Yeah. Absolutely love those boys.
Yeah.
And then we got Rachel Berlin from Concord area. She's opening the show. It's going to be amazing.
I interviewed her a long time ago, I think.
Still at it.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah. I interviewed her on the same show I interviewed you on.
Oh, yeah.
Interband, but probably around that same time period, actually. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Do you guys play everything from the EP? Do you do all the songs? Or?
Oh, yeah, we will. And we'll have the full band. We got keys and pedal steel, and our friend Jocelyn is going to be singing with us that night too. So we've got the whole lineup, and it's going to be a good night.
Excellent. Is that an NH Music Collective show?
It is.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. We had John MacArthur on the show, and boy, that guy's busy, huh?
Yeah, very busy,
keeping it moving.
Absolutely. Do you guys do any covers when you play out, or
a couple?
Yeah.
We'll throw some covers in, especially like if it's a longer night. We'll add some covers and stuff.
What do you guys do for covers?
Well, Josh has the cover edict of if you could hear my dad playing it with his band, we're not allowed to cover it.
Is that true?
I don't know. I feel like it's true. No, we got a Luxury Liner by the International Submarine Band, which is the Cosmic Country stuff.
Okay.
It's Graham Parsons.
You know the band Big Star? Is that?
I know of them. I don't think I've ever listened to them.
So we do In the Street, which is also that 70s show opener.
Oh, okay.
Cheap Trick does the opener, but Big Star wrote the song.
Oh,
we got that one. We did a Cher song for a little bit.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
What Cher song?
Believe.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Put Josh through an auto tune.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We mix it up.
We try to.
Kind of changes seasonally.
Yeah. I just realized you've got your water bottle. It says Clearly Country on it.
I do, yeah. That's the sticker. That's the sign.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't seen the cover, that's the.
I did see the cover. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Josh's mantra is always be selling.
Yep.
So you can put that sticker on anything really, and then you've got branded merch instantly.
Right. I love that. Right. Also, come get stickers and brand your own merch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, are there hard copies available of the? Are you doing CDs or is it strictly digital? Or
yeah, we're doing CDs. I think we will do vinyl eventually. It's just it takes a little while to get vinyl in your hands these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got CDs, and tomorrow we're actually going to be over at the Music Connection in Manchester.
Okay.
We're doing like a little in-store performance thing, so it's worth mentioning if you're in the Manchester area.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Going to play a few songs, and we're giving away a pair of tickets to the show.
Oh.
And I think they're going to add in some other.
Yeah, we've been told it'll be a cool little event by John over there.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Where is I haven't been in there, and I feel like I don't even remember where it is exactly.
I've never been.
So we're not Manchester local, right? I'm a King guy. You're a Peterborough guy. I've been to Music Connection a couple times, and he's also got a Turner's Fall store, which is cool.
Oh.
I'll look up the address. Why not?
Might as well put it out there. Yeah.
Let me do that.
So I know it's not on Elm. I'm trying to think. I think I've been there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't.
I mean, it's a cool store. It's very much stuck in that like we are a record shop, and we love being a record shop mentality, and I love that.
Yeah,
it's super great.
We'll be there. We'll have some hard copies of the CDs, which is kind of funny because I don't think people are going there to buy CDs, but
right.
So,
maybe there.
1711 South Willow, across from the mall. New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah, Music Connection.
Yep, I have been in there. I remember going in there now. Yep, because I can now that you said the address, I can picture it right across from the mall. Yeah, that's very cool. And it's great that there's still places around that do that. You know,
definitely.
I don't think a lot of people probably don't even realize that there's still places around that do that. So that's awesome.
Dude, I still pull up all those old Wilco in-store performances to watch back. Those are some of the greatest ones.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, they're so neat. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Are those on you? Those must be on YouTube.
You can find them on YouTube. Yeah, there's just hearing a band do a stripped down thing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Oh, absolutely. You guys want to pick another one? We should play another one.
Yeah, John, why don't you pick one?
Well, I already told you what I want to pick.
Yeah, well, it's your turn.
All right. So, wanted to give a shine to the other two guys who couldn't be here today. Justin, who's a great drummer, and hopefully we'd play Ballroom because that's an unbelievable drum track. But Ian did the lead off on this one, which is Don't Let Your Love Run Cold. So Josh wrote it, but Ian, who is our bassist, is just an unbelievable vocal arranger.
And songwriter.
So this is not a long song, but it's always fun to give shine to the guys that can do stuff that's incredible.
It's this. You didn't even say the song.
I didn't.
Run Cold.
Run Cold.
It's the first track.
There it is.
It's kind of a funny one to play on the radio. It's all vocal arrangement.
Yeah, it is short. It's only a minute and a half, but and it opens the album. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's give this a listen. This is Run Cold. The band is Modern Fools.
Don't let your love run cold. Keep your heart of gold. Turning fire to coals. Don't let your love run cold. If this life's a lie, then who the hell am I to stay by your side? If this life's a lie, if I've been a fool, well, who the hell are you? Love we outgrew. Have I been a fool? Don't let your love run cold. Keep your heart of gold. Turning fire to coals. Don't let your love run cold.
That is Run Cold. That is Modern Fools, and we've got Josh and John from the band Modern Fools with us here in studio. That's nice. I like I do like the vocals. There's a little bit of, although it's not all vocals, there's a little bit of guitar.
Little guitar in there, yeah.
It's like in the back room sounding.
Yeah.
That one we intentionally recorded huddled around an old microphone.
Oh, no kidding.
So if it sounded like it.
It does. I can picture it. I can definitely picture it. No, that's cool. Have you guys done any, you could do some interesting visuals with that. Have you guys done any videos for any of these or?
Not for these. We have done some interesting music videos in the past. We've had some fun with that, but, we recently did a live session. We took over the Hancock Depot, which is in Hancock, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It's an old train depot. And they have it's a really cool little cabaret style venue. They have a stage, but we took over basically the living room there, which is this turn of the century looking railroad station. It's just all this old stuff in there. And we brought in some friends and film crew and recorded the whole thing. So we're starting to release that, and there'll be sort of a full band live video shoot we're going to slowly start putting out.
Oh, okay.
So to recap, we recorded the album live, and then we re-recorded the album live to release a video of it.
No, that's cool though. How many songs did you record for the video?
I think we did we did 8 because we added a cover in there.
Oh,
too.
okay.
We did,
Did the full album, and then we did an extra song. So
Are you going to release a full video at once, or are you going to split that up?
we'll split it up too. We already released one. We did a version of Ballroom Bender Blues, which is really cool. It's just a very cool visual, and it was just a fun experience.
It was.
Yeah. Now we have a little content to keep the content train rolling after the fact. So
Yep. Well, that's important. Absolutely, it's very important to do that. You guys, I ask everybody this question, but I'm always curious. Are there any other bands in the area that you kind of, it often happens organically, but anybody you've kind of teamed up with that you happen to play a lot of shows with?
Well, we started playing with our friends Coyote Smoke, who are a newer band from the Seacoast.
Oh yeah, I don't know them. That's
they're great.
Cool name.
Yeah, they're brand new, and they're also like playing with the Regals as well. So like we're all kind of tied in that regard, and sort of creating this new scene. Hopefully, like this interesting kind of alt country thing that's forming.
There's Slim Volume, who we love those guys. There's the Rear Defrosters. They're out of Vermont, but they are, they're kind of like the spiritual country grandfathers of the area.
Yeah.
Like we're getting on the old uncle territory. But these guys were doing this kind of stuff like, the early 2000s. And, now actually one of them owns, one of the venues in Keene called Nova Arts. I don't know if you've been there. It's a great place.
I've heard about it. I've not been there.
But if you like that, and because New Hampshire's so small, once a month there's actually a honky tonk night by the Rear Defrosters over there.
Oh, no kidding.
Worth the trip over for sure.
Yeah. And they're from Vermont?
They are, Brattleboro, Putney.
Oh, okay.
The hill people.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't heard of them either. I'll have to look them up. That's cool. Do you ever play shows with bands that you don't necessarily fit? Like,
it's happened for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes venues will just put together a show. And, but for the most part, people are pretty in tune with like trying to get us, onto like similar bills. We did a thing with Say Zuzu, Stone Church, which those guys are great.
Yeah.
They're
that's cool.
Alt country legends in New Hampshire, basically. And hopefully we'll do some more stuff with them this summer. And and John Nolan's side project band as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I think probably the weirdest ones that we've been paired up to are those ones where we're supporting like major national acts coming through. But those are just like we're happy to be on the stage.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So
what are some who are some nationals you've gotten open for?
Well, this one's not weird, but Steve Earle was a fun one to.
Oh, that must have been great.
That was very cool.
Oh wow.
We did Ryan Montbleu.
Yeah. He's a Boston guy. We did last year. Fogarty and Thorogood.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
Well,
no kidding.
That's at Meadowbrook.
It was at Meadowbrook, so we were on the hazy stage at that one, but that one was a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool, though. Yeah.
We left pretty bad to the bone on that day.
Yeah.
John and I did a duo set opening for Charlie Parr. Are you familiar with Charlie Parr?
I don't think so.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's wild.
Oh man, resonator guitar champion of the world.
Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was it? So. There's only a few guys like this out there, but he's been a folk musician for so long, and I'm going to tell his story. I know I shouldn't, but whatever. He's not coming on here in the next month or two, so we're safe.
Yeah.
But we're sitting in the green room in the back of a venue in Lowell with him, and he's like, I did 250 dates last year, and I was like, that's a lot, man. He goes, yeah, I call it the divorce year because when I got home, my wife handed me the keys and said her boyfriend moved in.
Oh my God.
But like the kind of life that leads to those stories comes out in his music. And like there's a lot of fun guys, right? Hearing Bad to the Bone is fun. But when you hear a guy that's, playing to 250 people and has them captivated with a resonator guitar.
Yeah.
Like there's something special about what Charlie's doing.
Yeah. I'll have to look him up. Charlie Parr?
Charlie Parr.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll have to look him up. Very cool. Very cool. If you're just joining us, we've got two of the guys from Modern Fools. Josh and John are here with us in studio, and we got time. Let's play another one. What should we? You mentioned Ballroom Blender Blues. Should we play that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll do that one next. This one, I seem to recall this one standing out. And where should people go while I'm loading that up? Where's the best place for people to go online to keep up with everything you guys are doing?
If you ask Jeeves about us. Well, I mean, we're on Spotify and Apple Music, or all the places you can listen. But
yeah, we're doing it like most bands. Instagram and Facebook if you want news about us, and Spotify and Apple if you want to listen to our stuff. Bandcamp if you actually want to send us money instead of sending it to Spotify.
There you go. There you go, which is not a bad idea.
We love it. and merch, too. That's always cool.
All right. Well, let's give this a listen. This is called Ballroom Bender Blues, and the band is Modern Fools.
At the end of the day, some like the booze that take the pain away. Some folks are drinking right as they wait. Trembling hands will start to shake. Shaky hands don't do no choice. Got me a friend at the liquor store. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. It's quicker than beer really does the trick. Sure does. Pour me another strong one to put on your dancing shoes.
I love it. Ballroom Bender Blues. The band is Modern Fools, and we've got Josh and John from the band here with us. No, it's definitely got that live vibe. Well, especially at the end, of course, when you hear live people.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, we want it to be like those old like Hank Williams records where you got a hoot and hollering. And
Yeah.
it's like all his buddies are in the room. you know?
Yeah, no, that's very cool. You definitely captured that. Hey, by the way, where does the name come from? Modern Fools. What's the meaning?
Yeah, it's not very deep, really. The original logo that we had was the Waffle House logo. You know, like the sign. It's just like the big sign with the letters. And I don't know. Initially, it was just I knew I wanted that sign to be the logo, so I was figuring out different letters that fit within that sign.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
And then over the last few years, we've really grown into the name. So
Really?
oh, absolutely.
For sure.
There you go. Are you guys already, obviously, this EP is just about to come out, but are you already working on new stuff? You strike me as guys who probably have a lot of ideas.
Definitely. There's some stuff in the works. I think we're going to start putting our nose to the grindstone very soon and hashing out the next thing.
Yeah. We've got hopefully some covers that we're going to be dropping over the next few months. Josh has had a tumultuous 2024 that led to some songs coming out. So we're going to be working on some demos of that too. Hopefully some new music coming out in the fallish.
Yeah, we're doing a Midwestern emo kind of thing for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I was going to say.
We just do like full switch arounds every time we do an album.
I don't mind that though. There's some bands out there that do that. There's just like one album is like a punk album for no reason, and the next one is a country album. You just
Oh yeah.
like
You're along for the ride, baby.
Daniel Romano is one of those.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, even last week we had Slim Volume, and we were talking about the difference in the two EPs that they released, and even they kind of went for different, not drastically different, but kind of different vibes with each EP.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the same guys playing the same instruments, right? You only get so much variation.
Right.
Well, we thought we'd jump on the train with Post Malone and Beyonce doing country albums. So hey,
There you go.
Why can't we?
That's your real inspiration, right? Post Malone and Beyonce.
That's it.
We should remind people before we run out of time about the EP release officially, and of course the event coming up at Music Connection and all that.
Yeah. So just to plug everything real quick, tomorrow we're going to be at the Music Connection in Manchester,
Across the street from the mall.
down by the mall.
Down by the mall.
And we're going to be giving away. We're going to be playing some songs. We're going to give away some tickets to our January 17th release show, which is in Concord, New Hampshire, at the Bank of NH stage with Slim Volume, Rachel Berlin. It's going to be a killer show, and the actual physical album will be out everywhere, and you can steal it wherever you steal music from.
Oh, excellent. Very good. Very good. And of course, you guys are easy to find online, and everything is on all the major streaming platforms and so forth.
As long as you can spell Modern Fools, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. Very good. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
This is absolutely. We will do it again in the future. And what should we end the segment with? We've got a couple we haven't played yet. I love all these. Like I said, I listened to the whole EP. It's great.
Yeah, I guess maybe we close out with She's No Saint.
She's No Saint. Yeah, the final single on that. Yeah.
It's an interesting, maybe a spiteful song that I wrote about a conversation I had with my high school sweetheart who broke my heart, and I told her mother that her daughter was the devil.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, 2024 has been hard for Josh. He's still getting over high school heartbreak.
Yeah, long time ago, but I still feel it. So.
All right, very good. So we'll end with that in a moment. And Jenny, you want to plug your website? You've got a lot going on, as our regular listeners know.
Yes, I do. You can check out more about me at jencoffey.com. JENNCOFFEY.com.
And last week at this time, we were talking about your interview, what you've done now for Status Quo.
Yep. That's up and on YouTube.
Yes.
Definitely check it out. Jordan is an excellent host, and I watch him regularly.
Yeah, it's really good. So if you haven't seen it or listened to it, you should definitely check it out. All right, Modern Fools, guys, thank you again. This is called She's No Saint by Modern Fools.